everyone. I'm Kip Smithers. For this week in Apex Legends, there are 28 guns in Apex Legends, and this week we're going to rank them from F tier all the way to the top at S tier. Let's throw it over to iReekofAwesomeTV for this Season 15 Apex Legends gun tier list. Thanks, Kip. Let's jump right into our Season 15 gun tier list. The very worst gun on the game, not even close. You knew what I was going to say, the P2020. Listen, the only time it is acceptable to use this gun is if someone is in a room with you off spawn. Otherwise, you're not going to keep this gun. Put it down as soon as you can. It was maybe serviceable with hammer points. Hammer points are gone. This gun is terrible. Big fat F. The other gun at the bottom of the barrel, yep, the L-Star. It overheats, energy ammo's hard to find, and let's be honest, it's hard to see when you shoot people. This gun is almost impossible to use without a sight. Stay away from it, pick up any other energy weapon, pick up any other weapon, even the P2020. This gun sucks. Next up is our D tier weapons, and we're gonna bunch the Havoc and the Turbo together. Why? Because they both need a hop up to be relevant. Now, weapons that need some type of hop up for it to be useful will never be in the meta. Maybe if the turbocharger spawned more often, but it doesn't because it's a legendary tier hop up. Now, the Havoc is a lot better than the Devo because with the Devo, the strafe speed is awful. So we're gonna slap those two together. There's better energy weapons, specifically the Vault, or any other AR SMG, to be honest. Use something else. Our other D tier weapon is the 3030. And I'm gonna just say this, nope, just nope. I don't care. This weapon is garbage. And miss me with the whole, it's good if you hit your shots bullshit. That applies to literally any weapon. Too much bullet drop, the fire rate sucks. The 3030 is terrible. There's much better marksman weapons that you can use. The reload speed is terrible. It's just a no for me, dog. But that'll do it for our D list. Starting off the bottom of our C tier list are the burst weapons. We'll start with the Hemlock first, and only the skilled should pick up this weapon. The Hemlock is not very good. All right, it's decent on single fire, it's okay. But burst weapons suck. That's all I can say about the Hemlock. Put it 3 times on it, blink people from distance, but this weapon has horrible hip fire. Just use something else. Next up is the Prowler, and I literally just said, burst weapons suck. Right, Kip? No, I could totally beat Imperial Howl. I've just been waiting to run it into the lobby. Oh shit, are we live? Turn that fucking camera off. Thanks. Listen, bring back the pre-care package Prowler or don't bother. Next up in our C tier is the PK or the Peacekeeper, whatever you want to call it. I personally hate this shotgun. It's extremely inconsistent. In most players' hands, you'll get a 90 or you'll get a 6. Nothing in between, extremely hard to recommend. Next up is the Wingman. High risk, high reward. You've probably seen your favorite streamer wreck lobbies, but guess what? You ain't them. You can easily 3-tap somebody or get destroyed because you missed 13 consecutive shots. Mid-tier weapon. That's right, I said it. Next up, the Mozambique. I know. This gun used to be a joke, but it's not half bad. It's not a joke anymore. No hammer points on it anymore, but you can definitely win a fight with a Mozam. It's got a decent fire rate. It's kind of like a pistol. Use the Mozam. Don't keep it, but use it. Finishing off our C tier list is the Sentinel. Now, Daltouche makes this weapon basically look like an R301. I personally suck with it. Unfortunately, you have to use resources like shield cells for the gun to reach its full potential. The middle of the road sniper with better options, if I'm being honest. Worst sniper on the game. Starting off our B tier is the alternator, or as I like to call it, the R99 from wish.com. Now it has easy recoil, it's easy to use. It just doesn't do enough damage fast enough to bring it up in the top tier, especially without its hop up. But you know what? The alternator is a very solid choice. There's just better choices out there. Next up in our B tier is the longbow. Now, I personally suck with the longbow. Doesn't mean it's not good. Got a great firing rate. It's probably the only sniper that you can one clip somebody when they're running across open field, for example. It does good damage, even deadlier with the skull piercer. Pretty good sniper overall. The longbow, people. Haha. Next up is the triple take. Used to be a sniper, now it's a marksman. And it's the second best marksman in Apex Legends. Very good up close. You can actually use it as a shotgun if you need to. The firing rate is pretty good. It just got a buff in season 15, but it does also hold it back because when you shoot somebody with a triple take, you're probably going to be able to get into cover before you knock them. Great weapon, top tier marksman weapon. Finishing off our B tier list is the Eva VIII, an extremely strong shotgun. The only thing holding it back from being an S tier weapon is it does depend on what shotgun bolt you have. The fire rate with a purple bolt is insane, better than a hemlock, to be honest. It has a double tap, which you can use and absolutely fry your opponents. Pick up the Eva VIII at all costs. Even a naked, no condom Eva VIII is amazing. Haha, A tier. We are getting to the really good guns, and starting off our A tier is the Flatline. Now, the Flatline is extremely hard to control, and I know, skill issue, yada, 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 but this gun slaps. That's excellent hip fire, by the way. This weapon, it hits super, super hard. If you can learn the recoil pattern, you're gonna fuck up a lot of people. A tier, Flatline. Let's move on. Next up is the Car SMG. Now, someone right in front of you is probably gonna die if you have a car. It's versatile, it takes light and heavy, as well as extended mag, so you can kind of do a lot of different things with it. While this gun shreds, it's extremely hard to control. Useless from any type of range, but someone who masters the gun is gonna be hard to beat. The DPS is crazy. Car, ladies and gentlemen. Car SMG. Next up in our A tier list is the Spitfire. Now, don't come for me. You probably won't see this weapon much this season because it's in the crafter. You hate this gun and people have convinced you that this gun is toxic. But if you have your own brain, just put a 3 times on it, shoot forever, and fuck people up. You 100% though need a sight for this gun because it's terrible when it comes to iron sights, but this weapon slaps. Finishing off our A tier is the Mastiff. Now, the Mastiff in season 15 is nuts, and it probably needs a nerf. I would imagine it's kind of hard to balance since it's been in the care package multiple times. Pick this gun up. You don't need a bolt. You're gonna fuck people up. The Mastiff is right now the best shotgun in the game. Haha, the cream of the crop, people. The S tier weapons in season 15. Starting it off, the R99. Now I know the car does more damage per second and blah, 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 blah. Guess what? I don't care because the R99 is easier to control. Therefore you hit more shots. Therefore the person will be dead. This gun is the ultimate close range weapon. And it's anything further than 20 meters, it can get difficult to hit shots, but the R99 has and always will be an S tier weapon. Next up is the G7 Scout. Now you are going to see a lot of these in season 15. Broken Moon is a very open map, so just be prepared to just be getting shot from any and everywhere. Slap a 3 times on it, not a 2x4. That sight is terrible, and shred the lobby. The fire rate is excellent, so you can one clip enemies. Also, it's serviceable at close range, even though the hip fire leaves a little bit to be desired. G7, amazing. And now we have reached the top 3 weapons. Continuing with S tier, the charge rifle. The most annoying gun on the game is also the best sniper on the game. I don't care what other people tell you. I don't care how toxic people may make it seem. You can farm damage from 7 billion meters away to level up shields. You can hit somebody for 3, or you can hit somebody for 90. Like I said, the gun has unlimited range. The only drawback is it is unusable within close range. Pick the sniper up before you pick up any other sniper. You're welcome. The second best gun on the game is the Wont SMG. This is also the best gun that has ever been added to the loot pool. The iron sights are amazing. The recoil is amazing. It's easy to control. The reactive skin is sick. This is an amazing weapon. Its only drawback is it's not very good from range, but pick up the Wont before you pick up pretty much every other gun except for our number 1 gun. Let's get into it. In the top of the S tier, the best gun on the game, R301, and it's not even close. Close range, mid-range, somewhat long range with 3 times. This gun does everything. There is not an easier gun to use on the game. This is just the best gun. Every loadout you have should have a 301. And that's going to do it for our tiers list. Thank you so much. Throw it back to you, Kip. Haha. Thank you to iReekofAwesomeTV for contributing to This Week in Apex Legends. For Kip Smithers and iReekofAwesomeTV, remember, top strife. Aha. We'll see you next week, people.